But because this is private property, you cannot do it.
Why is that?
Because you can't. It's registered, but I'm not going into it. But you can't take videos of the company and the product that we send out.
Of course I can. Here,
No,
can
you
I just
can't.
tell you one more
It's
thing?
private property, you can't.
I'm about to fly a drone over and get some aerial shots.
No.
I'm definitely going to do that now.
So we can't allow any full filming of our site because of the nature of what we do. We're a pharmaceutical factory. We're Home Office registered with the licences. Security is the utmost.
I've just spoke to this lady here. She said the same thing. What prevents me from doing that?
I could think that you're scoping our site out to burglars.
Oh yeah, you could think anything, couldn't you? Really, you could think anything, really, couldn't you? You could think, yeah.
You could, pal. I mean, I don't want to fall out of it, but I mean, listen. How about? But if I call the police and get their thoughts on it and see what they think.
Just because a site makes pharmaceuticals or is registered with a Home Office doesn't mean it's off limits to public filming. The UK does restrict filming at certain places, like nuclear plants, military bases, or sites covered under the Official Secrets Act. But a private company, even in pharmaceuticals, doesn't fall under that. Businesses often throw around official-sounding language to scare people into thinking filming is banned, when in truth, public photography rights still apply.
But when you call the police, what are you going to do? Are you going to just like dial 999 or something like that?
I'm going to call the police and just say, look.
On what number?
I don't know yet.
Alright, okay.
I'll have a bit and just say, look.
I'll be gone by the time they get here though, if you ring like 101 or whatever, and you can't dial 999, can you?
You can't send a drone over our site and have them film our site.
Why?
Because it's against our security policy.
Oh, yeah, your policy though, not law. It's not against the law, is it?
That's fine, but I don't know what the laws or drones are, but I would be fairly confident to think that surely it's not right to bring a drone onto private property and start filming our site. What if that drone landed on someone and hurt them? Just from a safety standpoint.
Yeah.
You know, what if there's a wagon, what if it distracts someone and they get injured? It's just, I can't. It's not right. Surely it can't be right. I can't say it's not legal because I don't know the law, but that's why I want to check with the police. I want to get their steer on it. But for me, can you stop what you're doing at the moment just whilst I find out from the police?
The manager openly admits he doesn't know the drone laws, yet still insists it's not right because of safety worries. He claims a drone might fall and injure someone or distract a worker, but those are just what-if scenarios. The CAA already regulates drone use, making sure pilots follow rules to keep risks low. If flights were banned based only on fears of what could happen, drones would never fly anywhere. Safety lies with the pilot, and unless official airspace restrictions exist, there's no legal reason to stop the auditor from flying.
We can't have people filming our site because it's going to jeopardise our security. Somebody could look at that footage and scope out our entire site and look at how the best way to burglars is.
Do they not do that with Google Maps?
No.
Why?
Because you're going to a much further detail. Yes, they could, but you're on about flying a drone in and going to full detail of our site.
Oh, I didn't say full detail. It's just a drone show. I'll be quite high up. I'm not going to be looking for. I won't be looking for your windows or anything like that. I'll probably be about 40 meters or more up in there.
This is important because UK drone laws already set strict rules on how drones can be used, covering both privacy and safety. Lightweight drones under 250G, like the one the auditor is flying, are allowed closer to people and buildings than heavier models, provided they are flown responsibly and without risk. The legal height limit is 120m, so the auditor's 40m flight is well within the rules. Yet in the video, when police arrive, their attitude toward the auditor is nothing short of hostile and dismissive.
I'm here, I'm just flying my drone, I'm just doing a bit of filming out in public, and that's it really, that's all you need to know.
Well, do you mind giving us your details?
My details?
Yes, your details.
I'd rather not.
Well, that's not the answer to the question that I asked though, is it? Would you mind, as in, are you going to, or are you going to refuse?
It depends what section of the law you're using when you request those.
I'm not using any section of the law.
Yeah, I'd rather not then, you know, that's...
Why, do you think that you're guilty of committing a criminal offence? Because if you do, then I've got a power to demand that you give me your name.
Do I think I'm... No, it's the other way around.
Skirting around legislation, then why wouldn't you give your name?
If there's no legal basis for demanding personal details, then it's nothing but intimidation. Police can only require someone's name in specific situations, like when there's reasonable suspicion of a crime, a penalty notice being issued, or antisocial behavior. The officer himself admits there's no authority here, which makes it clear this is pressure, not policing. Worse still, his tone is aggressive from the start. This isn't about discussion, It's about dominance, delivered with zero professionalism and no respect for the auditor's rights.
I'm just out here doing illegal activity.
Doing illegal activity?
No, doing illegal activity. I'm just out here doing illegal activity. And that's it. I'm not breaking any laws and stuff, so I don't need to give you my details. So I'm not going to give you my details unless you use a section of the law that requires me to provide those details.
The way that I do my job is that I am well aware of my duty to the public.
You're
I
not.
want to speak to people in a conversational manner that will hopefully get a situation.
You're contradicting yourself though now.
How am I contradicting myself?
You said you're aware of all this kind of stuff. You're not. You walked up to me without even identifying. You're supposed to identify as soon as you go to practice.
I'm supposed to identify myself when I drive past you in my vehicle?
Yeah. You're supposed to walk up to me and say, "Hello, sir. My name is PC."
I don't have to call you sir.
The auditor is right to call out the officer for failing to identify himself, a basic requirement under the police code of practice. Officers must state who they are when engaging with the public, especially if they are making demands. Instead of correcting this mistake, the officer doubles down with, "I don't have to call you so." While technically true, it shows pure arrogance. The issue isn't the word sir. It's professionalism, approach, and respect. This kind of attitude doesn't reflect policing with integrity. It reflects policing with hostility.
You don't have to be polite, wouldn't it?
So we're giving you details to us.
I don't understand what your issue is. I'm confused.
You carry on with what you were going to say anyway.
Yeah, what we were saying is that we've come here because someone's called us.
Okay.
You are seemingly doing this because you've got a lot of free time, and they are at work, worried that what you are recording won't necessarily be for a means that they are happy with. So your footage, if it's basically published on the internet or something similar, could get into the hands of anybody that was wanting to use that footage for good or bad purposes. They manufacture pharmaceuticals at this site. Okay? So it's quite a sensitive business.
The officer now pulls a sensitive site excuse, arguing that because a factory makes pharmaceuticals, filming should be restricted. But that's nonsense. No law bans public filming simply because a business claims it's sensitive. What the officer's enforcing isn't law, it's a company's feelings. This factory is privately owned, and under public photography rules, it's no different from any other industrial site. Being in pharmaceuticals doesn't grant special control over public space or airspace. The officer's excuse only highlights either his lack of knowledge or his willingness to bend the law for the company.
You're not flying it over the plum centre, are you? You're not flying it over there. You're flying it over what is, in this vicinity, the most sensitive building that you could have chosen. So,
Don't get too
goes
close.
back to my question.
Yeah, go on.
Why have you done that?
No.
Oh, well, I'm just doing the drone show.
Yeah, I'm doing a drone show. I chose a building today. Why would I do a drone show over a plumbing business that's like this? That's tiny. It'd take me 4 seconds. It'd take me 2 seconds to fly over that plumbing's place, and it wouldn't produce such a good drone show, would it? That's your answer to that, isn't
I
it?
don't know who's plugging into your drone.
Yeah. I just think.
If you wanted to go on Google Maps, you can see what's on that.
The officer shifts the provocation, throwing out a sarcastic jab when the auditor explains his filming for his drone show. I don't know who's plugging into your drone show. That's not policing. That's mockery. It's a cheap attempt to wind him up instead of acting professionally. The irony? Moments later, the officer admits the site can be seen on Google Maps in full detail. So how can they claim the place is too sensitive to film when high-resolution images are already online for anyone to view? The logic collapses, exposing just how weak their argument really is.
I know, yeah, that's the whole point of it, isn't it? You can see it on Google Maps, so why are they bothered about somebody flying a drone over?
Well, whether or not they're bothered or not, you don't have to be here, do you? You've chosen to be. They come to work because they're employed here. So you've taken time out of your schedule to come here to seemingly antagonise people.
No, not seemingly antagonise people. You're Mr. Obvious, you're just quoting obvious things. Yeah.
I'm just asking you for your name. It's a very simple question. I can't demand your name.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm saying to you is, if you know the answer to questions, don't ask them. And if you know why you don't have to give you your name, just decline. But don't get caught up in this, well, do you think I've committed a crime? I'm asking you if you can give me your name. That's all I'm asking you to do.
But you're saying obvious things that mean nothing. You've come out here and you're talking about stuff. You're saying, you've chosen to do this, you've chosen to do that. Does that, what business of that is yours?
The officer asks for the auditor's name yet again, despite already being refused. This exposes his real motive. He knows he has no legal power but keeps pressing, hoping pressure will force compliance. If giving details were truly required, he would have enforced it immediately, not kept fishing for a different answer. He cites no law because none applies. This isn't about enforcing rules, it's about testing limits. Repeatedly demanding what he knows he can't compel is a clear misuse of authority, turning policing into manipulation.
I have got a right to investigate matters that are reported to me, and that is what I'm here to do. If you're giving an account of yourself and I don't believe it to be suspicious, I'll let you on your way. That's absolutely fine.
You
let me find the way that you go about interacting with me very peculiarly.
This is another thing. You're saying things like, I'll let you go on your way. You can't stop me going on my way.
I'm not stopping you.
Yeah, exactly. So don't say silly things like that.
Right.
Don't say
Are you
silly
ready
things
to leave now? Because
no, I'm not ready to leave now. I'm going to stay a little bit longer now.
So what will you be doing then?
I've literally got to go around that way and get the drone show from that side, because you have to keep line of sight of the drone. So if I stand here and fly it right over there, then I'm breaking the law.
This moment shows the auditor's preparation and knowledge of the law. UK CAA rules require drone pilots to keep visual line of sight at all times, meaning the drone must be seen directly, not just through a screen. If the auditor launched and then moved away, he'd be breaking aviation law. By pointing this out, he shuts down any attempt to push him off, proving his position isn't random. It's required for legal flight. Instead of blindly obeying police pressure, he makes sure he's both following the law and standing firm on his rights.
So I've got to walk around that side, take off from that side and go get the rest of it from that side.
What side? On the road?
There's 3 gates to this place. Gate 1, Gate 2, Gate 3 is right round the other side.
Right, so you're not going to access their facility?
I'm not going to go in. I never go onto people's premises. That's the whole point of this thing. I'm out in public doing a lawful activity. I'm just out in public doing a lawful activity, and you guys turn up anyway. Yeah. So
the conversation would have been a lot shorter if you'd just given me your name. I could have checked you, and then we could have gone, yeah, he's not recorded. Or if he is, then we've got something to talk about, then, haven't we?
well,
we could have just gone on from there.
I can tell you now I'm not, but yeah.
Well, I don't know that, don't
yeah.
The officer suggests that giving details would have ended things quicker, but that's not how policing works. An interaction shouldn't drag on just because someone refuses to hand over information they're not legally required to give. By asking for the 3rd time, the officer shows he won't accept the auditor's right to refuse. Instead, he leans on passive-aggressive pressure, blaming the auditor for prolonging the exchange when it's his own refusal to move on. This style of policing is flawed. It tricks people into thinking they must comply with unlawful demands just to be left alone.
It's just a very odd way to answer a question.
No, I'm saying I'm not going to give my details because I don't need to. I don't want to. And I know who you share the PNC with. So
well, you know more than me because I don't.
You're not.
I mean, can I just query one thing? You are wearing a mask with a massive hole in it. You know that?
Yeah, because you guys are recording.
Yeah. So are you wearing that to cover your identity?
Because I don't want to be on your footage.
The irony here is unbelievable.
You're wearing them before we arrived.
You've come to me. I've not come to you to ask to be on your footage.
You don't like being on footage.
No, I didn't say I don't like being on footage. I said I don't want to be on your footage. I haven't walked up to you and walked up to your camera.
So you don't want to be on footage, but you think it's your right to record whoever you want.
This argument holds no legal weight. Wearing a mask is not illegal and has no effect on the auditor's rights. Police themselves often wear masks, balaclavas, or other coverings without their authority being questioned. Using it as a suspicion marker is a weak excuse to justify pressure. Filming in public is a lawful right, especially in places with no expectation of privacy. Police bodycams are bound by strict rules, officers must inform people, and footage must be stored properly. The auditor, however, is a private citizen, not a state authority. He doesn't carry those obligations. He's simply exercising his rights.
I didn't say I've not been recording anybody.
You're recording me?
No, you've walked up to the camera. Basically, I never put people on camera. What I do is I record the building, and people come to me. People come onto my camera. You've been here for a long time, wasting taxpayers' money. But yeah, go on.
The concept of time is a bit skewed. I haven't been here for a long time at all. I've been here for about 5 minutes. That's not a long time.
To me, that is just for this.
I just don't understand why you say to me that you don't like people recording you, but you think it's your God-given right to record anybody.
I didn't say that, but you don't need to understand that anyway. Just it's just time to crack on and go find some crime. You know what I mean? That's what people want you to do.
An officer's role is to tackle real crimes, not harass someone legally filming in public. By admitting no crime is taking place yet still refusing to walk away, this officer exposes a deeper problem. Police who can't admit they're wrong and try to wield authority they don't have. This encounter could have ended the moment it was clear the auditor was acting lawfully. Instead, the officer drags it out, showing ego matters more than serving the public. Calling him out is justified. He isn't stopping crime here. He's creating needless conflict.
If you want to go jump in your car, go find some crime. There's got to be some calls coming in now, aren't there, around here?
We're in the safest county in the country. Yeah.
Excellent. No, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
So that's a good thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is, definitely.
Unfortunately for you, and fortunately for us, there isn't any crime for us to look at right now. There's no reports, the radio's not going off, it's not silly taxi, silly season where I've got to run away to all these different bits and bats. I've got more than enough time to speak with them. So, if you want to cut this conversation short though, you could just give me your name and I could check you through the system.
That's definitely not going to happen.
If an officer has no authority to demand something, they shouldn't keep acting like they do. By asking for details a fourth time after being refused, it's clear this is about coercion, not policing. The officer even contradicts himself, calling this the safest county with no crime, yet still fixating on pressuring someone for information he has no right to. This behavior is exactly why public accountability matters. The auditor's refusal is crystal clear, but the officer won't let go. Repeating the same question isn't law enforcement. It's an attempt to grind someone down.
For what reason?
I've been through the reasons. I don't want to. That's not what I'm here for. I don't feel the need to stop and account for myself when I'm doing a fully legal activity. I'm just out in public, doing a fully legal activity. I'm not going to stop and account for myself.
What's your intention now? To continue recording?
I'm not going to say anything more, to be honest with you. You can just guess, do your guesswork now if you like. I'm not going to go straight away. I've got some more bits to do before I leave, so you'll be going before me, kid.
Glad you're so cooperative.
What was that, sir? I missed that.
Glad you're so cooperative and thank you very much for your time.
Alright, thank you.
This encounter shows exactly what's wrong with how some officers handle situations like this. From the start, the officer came in condescending and aggressive, acting as if the auditor was obliged to follow demands with no legal basis. Instead of professionalism, he relied on pestering, intimidation, and needless provocation, asking for detail for separate times without any power to enforce it. His ignorance of public photography and drone laws was clear. He tried to label the site as sensitive, contradicted himself by mentioning Google Maps, and even threw in sarcasm just to get a reaction that a well-trained officer would have seen no crime was committed and walked away. Instead, this one manufactured conflict, wasting time and proving his ego mattered more than the law. His persistence didn't expose the auditor, it exposed his own unprofessionalism. Without the camera, this kind of behavior could have gone unchecked, pressuring someone into compliance. But this time, the auditor stood firm, and the officer left empty-handed, frustrated, exposed, and defeated. That's it for today's video. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe.